All right, I'll just do the regular.
So I'm starting a new diet.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It's, I'm going to eat I'm only going to consume things that are FDA approved.
Oh, okay.
I'm starting Monday. So here's what I decided. I think this will be a really positive life change for me. Here's what I'm going to eat.
Tell me.
Consume. Eat's kind of the wrong word.
Vaccine.
My diet is going to consist of white sugar and cigarettes. Because those are FDA approved. Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Happy Friday.
I'm on a new diet as well.
Are you?
Yep, I'm on the seafood diet.
And you see the Modelo and you drink it?
Yes. You've heard that joke before?
No.
You see food and you eat it?
No.
Hey, this is the Timon and Lincoln Show. Your favorite
Bi-weekly podcast.
Your favorite homeless podcast. Lincoln's homeless. Your favorite, I don't know. What else?
Can I please have that bottle opener?
Cardano podcast. Oh, Modelo.
It's been a long day.
Podcast.
Hey Jay, you can buy my Cardano for $3.50 next week. It'll be a good deal probably. Jay keeps trying to buy my Cardano.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Jay, you can buy it. It's on
Yeah, he doesn't
it's on exchanges.
It's so we can avoid paying taxes.
Oh, but when you speak those things, the government listens.
We've been taxing them on Apple based devices, so
Yeah.
So they definitely are right now.
Yeah, they're listening. Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah.
Cardano's going crazy.
Everything is a little bit.
For the price of $25, you can still buy a set of Timon and Lincoln candles.
Yeah, we offered to give all our listeners 10 Cardano not too long ago.
Yeah, no.
For questions, I'll pay you How much
It was like
Cardano?
It was like one Cardano, which at the time was like 90 cents. And it is now like $2.50, $2.60.
Yep. I've had a hard time not selling my cryptocurrency.
Why don't you sell a percentage of it?
I'm never going to sell.
Okay.
Every time I sell, I regret it. So
Yeah. But someday you're going to have to sell.
Nope.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm pleasantly happy with where cryptocurrency is going. If you listened to our podcast, we would have told you to buy the dip, which we did. Multiple times.
You could have doubled your money.
Or tripled it.
Could have doubled.
You could have bought Cardano to purchase our candles and
And then
had extra left over because you can't really give just exactly that amount. And then you would have had enough money to recoup your investment into our candles.
Yes.
Share the wealth.
Could have. Mm-hmm. These Modelos are good.
Yeah, these are tasty.
Did these get cold and then warm and then cold again?
They got cold and then a little warmer, but still pretty cold, and then cold. They were in a cooler with ice, and we just kept on adding ice. So
Gotcha.
Maybe like the top part of it,
Gotcha.
may have been warm, but the rest was pretty cool. The whole
No
time.
complaints here.
Yeah, they're not skunky, but just a little skunky.
Just the right amount of skunky.
Yeah. It's
Yep.
good. Man, it's been a little bit since we've been.
This is the most time we've spent away in years.
Yeah, other than like
Vacation and stuff.
yeah,
This is the first time we've lived apart in 6 years.
Yep. Wow. There's a void.
It's been the best week of my life.
It's been
Because
tough.
absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Yeah. I don't have any spatulas.
Listeners, I have, and by spatula, you mean plasticky silicone thing for getting the rest of the peanut butter out of the jar? That's what you mean by spatula, right?
I mean, like
Sometimes people mean like the flippers.
that's what I was talking about. The flippers. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think there are a lot of terrible kitchen gadgety things out there.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. But when you stumble across like a good sturdy like flipper, you hold on to it forever. And
Right.
I found
You had two solid ones.
I had two. One wasn't that great, but the other one had just the right angles, and you could slide underneath things.
Yeah.
And there was no way that I was going to leave that behind.
No, I understand that.
I needed
wouldn't.
it.
Yeah.
And so I took it was probably $3. It was a really cheap, not great quality flipper, but it just worked so well that it did
The
not.
long angled one or the one with the long neck?
The one, so the more traditional looking one that doesn't look like it belongs
in the kitchen
in like a fry cook's hand.
Yes, yeah, that one was $3. That's a good one.
Yeah,
That's a super solid one.
It was great.
I've been flipping my burgers with forks, but it works.
Just with your fingers.
Yeah.
If you go real quick, you don't. Yeah.
I'm a hard man.
Nice. Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
I also took my speakers for the projector.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I haven't really used.
I don't know if you've noticed that. If you guys tried to watch anything.
Yeah, we haven't.
Oh.
We don't watch a ton of stuff on the projector, anyways. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, I noticed it, but not because I was trying to project anything.
Gotcha.
It's a lot of things.
Just a big Lincoln-shaped hole in your life.
Yeah, it's a big Lincoln-shaped hole. The cool thing, I'll say this: Lincoln and I, we talked about Lincoln leaving the house a while ago.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been chatting about it for a while. And
Timon's been trying to get me moved out for months.
And he told me that he has a pretty good idea on what is his and what he's going to take, and you crushed it. I just have to say that there's not been stuff that's been like, oh, that was mine, or anything like that.
I think I have a few of your like pan lids. I think I took too many like little lids that go on like saucepans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the little ones.
I think I took a few too many of those.
I think that's Allison.
Yeah. Your wife.
My wife.
It's your wife.
It's my wife. It still feels weird to say.
I bet.
Yeah.
You've never said it before.
Well, the nice thing is,
unlike a lot of other Grace College graduates, you've never said my wife before. You haven't had one before now.
I've never had one, so yeah. Oh, 1 for 1 right now.
You're batting 1,000.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sports.
It feels good. It feels good to be at 1,000 right now.
Someone at my work made a sports ball joke. Something about like Michigan basketball fans.
Gotcha.
Or whatever.
Yes. Yeah.
And I said, yeah, and laughed. but when the VP makes a joke, you laugh. So
yeah.
It was a funny joke.
That's why you guys.
I just had no idea why.
You have to say, yeah, sports ball, and then laugh, and then just like let them know that you don't know anything, but you're also laughing at them. It's so good.
No, I try to not belittle the VP with my humor like I do other times.
My work, we do that sometimes, and I don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to sports, and I let them know that I don't know what I'm talking about. Actually, fun fact, let me tell you this little story. When I got hired at the company I work for, it was between me and this other guy. And this other guy put on his resume that he was a basketball player in college. And something like that.
Why would you put that on his resume?
And so this is what my boss told me a couple months into working for him. And he said, the reason why I didn't hire him over you is because I asked him some basketball questions. And he didn't know what a backboard was, or some really basic like basketball things. He's like, if he's gonna put that on his resume, he doesn't know anything about basketball. I just don't know if I want to work with him. So, so next time, maybe it would be bad to let him know a little bit. Yeah,
in retrospect, I probably should not have put on my resume when I applied at WM Tech that I was a college basketball player. That was probably a bad move.
That gets you. It gets you every time.
It got me this time. Yeah.
Oh man, dude. I've got some content. Well, we can get into that later.
Sick.
I'm sure you have content too.
No. I don't know. Yeah.
We got that. A future. We got a question. And that's about it in our content. Who else has been up in the past couple days? I literally don't know what Lincoln does these days.
That's fine. Things that are completely un-Lincoln-like, apparently. We talked about it a little bit ago. I started a class. I'm going to call it a class on YouTube because it's pretty instructional. A learn to code class.
Oh, nice.
To see. I've always been curious about just like computer, like binary language, like just. I guess you could say I've been a little bi-curious. I've been thinking about that joke all day.
Binary curious.
Yeah.
Bi-curious. Yep.
So I've been, I'm a little bit into a class on how to code, like write computer code and stuff.
Yeah, that's cool.
I've always wondered if I could do it. Like the joke, learn to code. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. A lot
of
people
who don't know what learn the code is, Can you explain that joke?
It is a joke that will get you banned on Twitter for forever because it's hate speech, apparently.
It's hate speech.
Hashtag learn to code.
Yeah.
Some politician, Obama, Hillary.
It was some, yeah.
It was like a presidential nominee. So
coal miners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was definitely like there was a big shift in some legislature that was moving away from coal power. And this individual, this politician, said those coal miners, they can just learn to code. And so it became a huge a meme, basically.
Yep.
And basically Twitter decided it was hate speech.
It was Obama.
It was Obama, yeah.
Well, the reason why...
it was eliminating a whole bunch of jobs.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was Biden. Biden suggests coal miners learn to code.
Biden knows what code is?
Yeah, back in 2019. Before it's cognitive dissonance. And that's what, yep. During a campaign event on Monday, this is back in 2018, Joe Biden suggested that coal miners could simply learn to code and translate to jobs of the future. So shout out to Joe Biden.
So I'm taking Biden's advice. I've wanted to broaden my career potential by narrowing my skill set as far as career and just, I don't know.
Yep.
I've wanted to like focus in on something and I haven't been super sure what that thing is, and have like contemplated going back to school or like learning a trade or and I know there's kind of a few things I'm looking for and not so much as far as jobs other than like certain dollar amounts I want to earn, but there are certain things that I don't like and certain things I do like. I really like making things with my hands, and coding kind of fits that bill a little bit. It is kind of like playing Minecraft.
Yeah,
like you are building and making things.
Yeah, you're constructing
at least
it.
In my mind, that's how it moves the same.
You're good at problem solving too. The way that you problem solve is, I think, suited. We talked about that, but
yeah,
you're already doing that kind of already in work a little bit in life.
I enjoy like inventing solutions that are like, I don't know, a little bit outside of like the box a little. I don't know.
Yeah.
To the point where they're kind of dumb sometimes, but they work. And so I don't know if learning to code is gonna like. I'm sorry. Could you not watch YouTube while we podcast?
No, I was trying to get up. Never mind. Yep,
anyways,
yep.
So I don't know if it's gonna result in like learning how to code and going to a coding boot camp or whatever and getting a job. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just thought I can do this right now.
You can go to two types of boot camp. You're choosing the
one
our president wants us
to go to. The one. Are we gonna put an Afghanistan joke here?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah. The one is a pretty explosive line of work.
Yes.
And the other one is coding.
The other one is coding. Nice.
One of them, the U.S. government will say, "You get to stay there. We're not rescuing you," and the other one's coding.
Yeah, dude, I got a hot take on that, on the Afghanistan thing. But
is your hot take that it is a distraction?
I think the hot take. Do we want to jump into this?
Yeah, I'm basically done talking about coding. No one wants to hear about it.
He's crushing it, guys.
Listeners,
what else are you doing in your life?
That's it.
Yeah.
How's
the homeless situation? 2 cars.
It's fine.
One bathroom.
If you're interested, if you know how things words, if you know about coding and the language of C specifically, and have tips about resources or things or whatever, I know it's not the best place to start. But it seemed like a good, as far as it's old and it's a good building block.
C++ or MySQL or SQL databases.
I'll probably move into JavaScript after this.
JavaScript.
I've been looking at job postings to see what coding languages.
They're all in Java.
Yeah.
Or React. Any React?
Flash, Go. I don't know.
Yeah, Flash. Yep.
Excel.
Interesting. Yeah.
Excel's a thing now.
Dude, Excel's a huge thing.
It is.
This is like coding right there as well.
I figured I wouldn't need to learn how to use Excel if I could just code. Because I could just write the code for Excel instead of having to learn Excel functions.
You just pop it right in.
Which is a roundabout shortcut, I think.
It's a plus. It's a C++.
Yep. Coding jokes.
Yeah.
How this podcast has changed in a week.
So good.
Sick. So what's your hot take on us arming the Afghan army and also arming the Taliban just to go back into Afghanistan in like 18 months or 6 months?
Right. Well, I don't know if you've noticed. There's some stuff going on with Biden right now where the media is not happy with him. I don't know if you've seen the media kind of turn on him. The whole fact that like he said, that's 4 or 5 days ago. Do you remember hearing about that?
Yeah.
About that?
Like CNN has actually not been super nice to him.
Right.
Which is
right. And
interesting.
so most conservatives, they are going to be like, look, Biden's doing such a bad job that CNN is turning on him. Mm-hmm. But I don't think that's the right question. I think the right question is to ask, why is CNN turning on Biden?
I understand where you're coming from, because here is where the sentence is going.
Yep.
The opposite of what CNN likes is the truth and the right thing. Is that what you're saying?
No.
Is what the liberal media is saying? The opposite.
Why are they turning on him now when he's done a lot of other things that are incompetent? Why is this the straw?
This is pretty big.
It's pretty big because why?
It's pretty colossal.
Because the media is pushing it. You know what I'm saying?
So it's getting ratings. It's getting the ratings.
No. I think the reason why this is the reason why this is my theory. The reason why CNN is turning on it is because Biden ended the war.
And you think CNN what?
CNN is part of the deep state, and the deep state wants war because it's $1 trillion industry, and they've been making bank off it. The more that they push into war, the more money they make. And so the fact that this happened, they're pushing it into the public mainstream, and the reason why they're pushing it into the public mainstream is say, hey, let's never end a war again. Is that a hot take, or is that a hot take?
So you've been listening to Alex Jones.
I've been listening to Alex Jones. And the thing is this, dude, they say, I mean, this is what I've heard from a couple different political commentators back when we were in the presidential election. It was not Trump versus Biden. It was Trump versus the media.
Oh, for sure.
Right?
Yeah.
And now the media, the reason why there's so much heat on Biden right now is because the media is shifting on him. And because it's shifting, everyone's seeing that and everyone's freaking out. That's why you can't get a hold of the press secretary. There's all this stuff happening because of just all this craziness. And it's because he ended the war. And I think, it sucks. It really sucks, all the bad stuff that's happening. But we never saw the footages of us droning these kids and these families and just murdering people on the streets. Like, they're not showing those things at all. They're just showing this. And why is that? Because he took away their funding.
Biden's a great president.
Yeah, dude. Biden is Aslan, bro. He is being sacrificed on the table, and CNN is digging that.
He was there when the Deep Magic was written. He's that old. Bro. He was there when the Constitution was signed. Actually, no, he was there when the Civil War ended.
Yeah, he was there when yeah. He's the one who started. I mean, he was. It's interesting. He was the reason.
You see
why
those pictures of him with Martin Luther King Jr.
Yeah, marching.
They have a dream.
Fortnite.
They have a dream. Yeah.
They have a dream. Marching through Fortnite together. It's beautiful. But yeah, dude, that's my hot take. What do you think about that? That's pretty crazy, right?
Yeah. I'm not dismissing that or anything.
I'm open to interpretation, but I just think that's interesting.
It could be just as true as it is false. Or things could actually just be that bad.
Yeah.
Do you think things are just that bad?
No, I really think the fact that the media's turned on because the things have been bad.
It's an indicator, I think.
Uh-huh.
Which is sick that the media controls so much of our country.
They do. I mean, that's why we're all talking about it, and that's why it's been pushed so much lately, where other things come in and out of the news cycle so fast.
They definitely needed something to report on. That's for sure. Because
COVID.
It was a pretty dead kind of 6 months as far as like huge media outrage. Like they didn't get the.
There's been stuff to be outraged about, but everyone just doesn't want to be outraged about it.
They didn't get the hit. They didn't get a bump every 18 hours from Trump tweeting. They're just chasing the dragon, you know?
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah. It's interesting, man. That's my hot take. And you won't find that hot take from the conservatives. They are just they're such boomers, man. They're like, they're just such boomers. Because here's the thing. I'm like, I know it's so bad with all these things that we're seeing in Afghanistan, but we're getting out of there. We shouldn't have been there the past 20 years. Why in the world have we gone in there and we spent trillions of dollars within 48 hours? The trillion dollar investment that we put into Afghanistan, and the 20-year investment, and the lives and all that came crumbling down like that. So it was a whole sham the whole time. It was a money rake for these big companies that are just stacking the dough. That's why they left all those guns out there. You know what I mean? So
yeah, that I agree. Like I think a lot of people, that was a very popular opinion that we needed to get out of Afghanistan
for a long time.
I think a lot of people are really, really upset because of how it's happening, and they're
upset because the media is showing it.
It's pretty disgusting.
And I'll say this: Biden is not doing a good job because there's nothing from him. There's nothing from the White House.
He's on vacation.
Like what you could do is you could walk up and you could say, "Well, I think it's because he doesn't. All the mental abilities aren't there," and the media's been covering for that, right? He doesn't have the ability to discourse because. Biden
to take questions,
yeah. At one time, he was a great orator. He was a great statesman. He was good at stuff. I heard about this was on a podcast they were talking about. At one time, he asked a fellow in the audience to stand up and ask him the question, and then it was revealed that the guy was in a wheelchair, and he said, "Oh, well, then we should all stand up and applaud you." And Biden was that quick to be able to realize the error that he did, and then had the whole.
It's a pretty bad one.
That's solid.
Hey, wheelchair guy, stand up and ask me a question.
Right. Oh, you're in a wheelchair, but he worked it. Like, you know what I mean. And that we're not seeing those mental abilities fire like he's firing. And so he could go in and he could smooth out the situation if he had all the mental abilities going at the level that
Do you think the White House doctor is drugging him intentionally?
I have no clue. No, I don't.
You know,
we've seen this for a long time.
Do you think they've been doing it for a long time? Or his
the fact he's like 90.
Maybe. I don't know. There are a lot of sharp 90. There are a lot of sharp 87, 77. How old is he? 77?
Yeah.
There are a lot of really sharp, like 77-year-olds out there.
Yeah, my grandma's pretty sharp.
My grandfather also at that age was very, very smart.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Come on, man.
Yeah, I just think
interesting.
I think things are really bad. It's pretty disgusting. Seeing those terrorists in our camo with our guns. That's
tough.
That makes me pretty mad. I'm not like a super like pro military, I don't know. I'm not that kind of American, I would say. Yeah. But like it really like roused my cage a little bit. Yeah. It's like this isn't right. Like this is and I think I'm just mad about how it's happening. Like why are we arming all these people to commit genocide and destroy not so much what we built, but like I don't know,
taxpayers built just what the taxpayers threw money into. It's trillions of dollars, and
like all the Americans that are stuck behind that aren't going to get rescued. They're just going to get like tortured and raped and cut up into pieces.
And it's happening right now. It's unfortunate.
I don't know.
That's my hot take, man. And you're not going to hear that from very many others. So
I've had to like
enjoy that.
Put my phone down a lot. Like get off Twitter. Like not see. It's just too much.
The thing is, like, it's not. It's real. It's happening, but like we need. The only thing that matters are the people around you. I mean, not that sounds a little, but like those are what affects your life the most.
Yeah, that's true until like one of those people who is affecting your life the most is over there.
Right.
So I don't know.
No, I know.
Not to like, I don't know. It bugs me a lot. It's really upsetting.
Yeah. So I'll say this: there are some really amazing ministries that I am in contact with who are doing some amazing work. The Nazarene Fund is one.
Yeah, Glenn Beck. Yeah. I saw that. That's pretty sick. Those are
organizations that I've talked to who I know people, and they just have great hearts. So I know your tax money has gone to destabilize, but if you have a little money extra to help these people out, there are really good nonprofit organizations, NGOs out there doing good things for the people in Afghanistan. So maybe just highlight that,
Yeah. Things could have been different. We could have like pulled civilians out. We could have really done this a lot different. We could have not left a bunch of guns.
Yeah.
And like
or at least
resources to enslave people there.
Brought those guns over to the U.S. You know what I'm saying?
Like we could have. This could have been different. I don't know.
It's crazy, man.
I think we're gonna see Biden get impeached.
You think so?
Over this, yeah.
Because he ended the
better.
war, man. He should have been impeached before this,
I know, lots.
But who then? So
thousands of Americans are dying because of him directly. Like, he better.
Here's my assumption, and this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that
this is how Kamala Harris becomes president.
Kamala Harris, yeah. There's a big infighting going on in Kamala Harris and Biden right now. But this is what I think. I think they're going to. We're going to see a president propped up by the media who will push us back into war. That's my guess. Oh my gosh! Okay.
Come on, Scott.
Come on, Scott. He knows I podcast at this time, and he likes to message me. Let me turn off my notifications. We can change.
Yeah, let's shift gears. I don't want to talk about this anymore.
I know. I want to bring in my hot take because that
was a solid hot take. Yeah. The war thing is definitely has been a big motif in our society the past 100 years.
Oh yeah. We are in the fog of war.
I 100% am not for war.
No way.
I don't know.
War.
It just bugs me to.
What is it good for?
See
absolutely nothing.
Dressed like Americans. It just really, really bugs me.
Yeah.
It's not cool. It's America. Those are our guns.
Yeah,
you don't get those.
I know.
I can't own one of those.
I know. Isn't that wild? I would love to have an AK-47.
But freaking every member of the Taliban and all of their 12-year-old wives get one.
Yeah, that's tough.
That's
tough, man.
I want to own an AK-47.
Dude, I know. And low-key, with our government, we should all own AK-47s. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Because they don't care.
They don't care. Yeah, they're all about extracting money from us and giving it to big companies. So it's just what it is. It's what it is. Man, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
Other things. Okay,
that wasn't the content I wanted to talk about. That was
10
just
minutes of super
depressing content.
But that's where we live in.
There's hope, guys. There's hope. I don't know what that hope is, but there's hope. And
we hope that we can spark that hope in you like a suicide bomber, just hope explosion. And I hope it claims your life and the lives of the people around you. Just infectious hope.
I just want to say this: don't buy into all the media stuff because there's bad stuff happening all the time, and don't just take in what they're feeding you because they have an agenda, and we've known that for a long time. That's something that I've talked about for a while, and that media may be coming from CNN and MSNBC, but it also may be coming from Charlie Kirk and Ben Shapiro and Glenn Beck and Rush Limbaugh's no longer around, but you know what I'm saying? They're also they're both arms of the same media conglomerate who's pushing the same disinformation propaganda to the people. So, just question, why is someone putting this in front of me for me to watch?
I've talked about how the media saw people losing trust in the media, so they invented social media. I've talked about that before, right?
No.
I think the media saw this coming. Whoever makes decisions about the media, I think
the lizard people.
I think they saw this coming about people starting to lose trust in corporate media, and I think they co-opted the cause of social media.
Oh, interesting. Pushed it
to get their roots a little bit deeper because people kind of stopped watching TV. Early 2010s, things kind of started going downhill in terms of viewers.
2015, 2016, really. That's when everyone started.
Yeah, but even before that, it started. I think the lizard people saw the writing on the wall, which is a weird.
The Illuminati.
Yeah.
The Redacted.
Yeah, those who will not be named, and the lizard people.
Mm-hmm.
I think they maybe understood that this could happen, and so they really got in the roots and saw what kind of tool social media could be.
Mm-hmm. Rage bait.
Yeah, I think they got into that.
Yeah, they pushed it. They did. They definitely. And that goes back to learn to code. Because the reason why people are getting kicked off Twitter for saying learn to code, for those who don't know, is when journalists started losing their jobs because it was much cheaper to write clickbait stuff on the social media and no one was watching, and all the revenue that was going from buying newspapers and watching TV left. When journalists lost their jobs, people would just tweet at them, learn to code, and that's why it's hate speech.
I forgot about that part.
Yep,
but yeah,
yep. Nope. Yeah.
Thanks for making the connection. Thanks for landing the plane.
Tie it all together.
A few people fell off of it, but you landed it. So, That's how bad things are.
That's how it is.
Things just got too good. Soft times make soft people.
Yeah.
And it can happen in 4 years.
Real fast.
Yeah.
It's so fast how fast things are changing.
Yep. Things were just too easy and too good for a couple of years, and people invented things to be upset about.
Yep. And now
you could be dead at the end of a runway because you were trying so hard to escape your country, or you could hashtag me too. I don't know.
Can I talk about something that people are
That was
upset
probably
about?
a bad thing to say.
That was rough. Can I talk about some things
Just like the Me Too bit. I really don't. I do think a lot of it was just a joke. No one listens. We're good. Sorry, Timon. Go ahead.
Can I talk about things that people are upset about right now that they shouldn't be? And this goes along with people inventing stuff and whatnot. Pronouns.
That would have been a better punchline to the joke than Me Too, because I think there's a lot of legitimacy to that movement.
Back it up. Back it up, Terry. Back it up.
I gotta walk that one back real quick.
The fireworks are exploding in your faces. Back it up, Terry. Oh, shoot. Yeah, But I know a lot of people are. Okay. Let me not say a lot. People I know are annoyed by pronouns. They are offended when someone has the pronouns.
Are you including you in this group?
No, I actually love pronouns. I love the fact that you can choose your own pronouns. I love that. I love that you can choose how you want to identify and the way people communicate with you and how they identify you. I love that. I actually do love that. And if you sit there and you think about who you really are and how someone can identify you and how you want to be identified, that's a beautiful thing. That's a real beautiful thing. LinkedIn, so at work, we're having this.
Oh, no. Has this spread to LinkedIn? The promised land of social media?
Promised land of social media. My favorite dating site. LinkedIn.
I don't think you can say that as a married man. Where is your ring, Timon?
It's coming. It's in the mail.
Okay.
That's not true. Okay. We don't believe in rings.
Can I make a bold statement right here, right now?
Yep.
The Timon and Lincoln show is back.
Yeah, dude. All we needed was
Lincoln to move out. It's fine.
It's back, dude. It's back.
Just hashtag learn to code.
I was looking so forward to podcasting today, dude. I was looking so forward. I've been thinking about different things I wanted to talk about. And so, anyways, at work we changed our titles. So we all had different sales titles, and we've kind of shorted up and made a way to keep us all on equal playing fields and have the same type of title. I'm a software consultant, and so
you're not a salesman.
Not a salesman.
You just consult.
Yeah,
you just consult the softwares.
People into paying money for my software. It works, man. And so I went to go change it on LinkedIn, and they had a place for me to put my pronouns in. And I've been seeing that all over LinkedIn. People are adding their pronouns to LinkedIn. And so I changed mine. And I sat there and I thought about how I wanted to be identified, and I added those in. King Chief. But I don't identify as the negative things of a king or a chief, only the positive things. And those who actually know me can call me Timon. That's totally fine.
King or chief plus plus.
Plus plus.
Yep.
Yeah. And so I love that, because now on my LinkedIn profile it says Timon Nimps, King Chief. I'm a real big fan of it. Go look on my LinkedIn.
I don't know if LinkedIn is the place for this.
It's there. People have their pronouns, and so that's how I identify. And the great thing is, with the world of pronouns, you can identify as anything you want to identify as. Like that, there are 1,000 different pronouns out there.
Sure.
And that's just the precedent that's been.
Timon, the camera's getting hot.
Oh no.
Or do you have low battery?
No, it's getting hot. Oh, should we stop it? Why does it do this to us?
We're only 30 minutes in.
No,
we're gonna
3 minutes in. Okay, should we pause it?
We should pause it, guys.
We'll be right back, guys.
We'll be right back. We're gonna play some music right now.
We're back.
No, my mic's way over here.
I realized last week when we did this and I had to put the two videos together, when I put that GoPro back into the spot, it like wiggled and it was a totally different angle. And I forgot what the zoom was, so it's probably going to happen now. Needless to say, Cardano was at 250 Cardano, and it looks like I can now afford to buy a camera, so I should probably do that at some point. Like a legit one.
I feel like just using one of our phones would probably result in a really, really good video. In fact, there's a new YouTuber I've been watching who does a lot of filming on his iPhone.
Oh, really?
It's this guy, and he goes camping. Let me look up his name because he deserves for you to know his name.
Yeah.
And he does a lot of like stealth camping. So like camping behind like a welcome sign to like a city, camping in like the trees between like parking lots and like an industrial park.
Oh, that's interesting.
And yeah, it's so interesting. I think his name's Larry something.
Larry the Lobster.
Steve Wallace.
Oh,
you should sub. He's got over 600,000 subscribers.
Steve Wallace. He does it with his iPhone, huh?
Yeah, and he does a lot of urban stealth camping, and it's really, really interesting.
That's cool.
He's super cool. He lives in Canada. Stereotypical Canadian accent.
Yep.
Real nice guy.
About.
He went camping in the back of like a U-Haul van in a neighborhood once.
Oh wow.
And it's got a bunch of little like camping things. It's pretty entertaining.
Well, check him out. Steve Wallace.
Pretty bad on camera, but pretty good.
Nice
to watch. So check out Steve Wallace on YouTube. Does all sorts of interesting camping, a lot of campfire cooking, just a lot of fun things that are a little bit awkward to watch, but super entertaining.
Nice. Can I go back to my pronoun stuff?
Yeah.
Steve Wallace on YouTube and the Timon and Lincoln Show on YouTube. If you haven't liked and subbed at this point, you better.
Yeah, a lot similar, pretty awkward on camera.
Yep.
Pretty painful / entertaining to watch. Yeah.
Right. Drop a comment. On what your preferred pronouns are. This is what I'm just gonna say. If you have not figured out what your preferred pronouns are, I would ask that you take a moment and figure out what that is, and understand how you want to be identified by others, and really think about who you are and how you identify. I think that's a really good thing. And there's a lot of different pronouns out there, and there are people that are doing he, hims, and she, hers. And
sorry, guys.
There's nothing wrong if you do a he, him, or she, her. That's totally fine. I just think, you're a unique person. Don't follow the crowd. Be your own person. Figure out what your pronoun is.
I think my preferred pronouns are he, him.
That's fine.
It's a surprise to know. I don't think it is. But that's a surprise to no one, I think.
Yeah, yours is King Chief, man. So go ahead and add your pronouns to your LinkedIn bios.
Why don't you send us your pronouns via the forums on Google, where you submit your questions? I'm curious about.
I'd rather get a postcard with their forms on, their pronouns on it. Yeah, okay. They could do it through the form too.
Speaking of the forums page on Google,
yeah,
we have some questions that
we have a question.
A question.
Just one question. What's really cool is when you go on to the forums on the Google, the first thing is the summary, and it tells you all the different responses and how many people have asked, etc., etc. The number one person who's asked the most, 29% of our questions. Can you guess who that is?
It's probably Aaron.
Yep. Crushed it.
What's up, Aaron?
Dude,
Hope
Aaron,
the running is going well. Maybe not so much this week. It's been as hot as summer gets.
Yep.
This week in Indiana. So hopefully that if you are running, you're staying hydrated and not doing it too much, but doing it just enough. I don't know.
Hitting your goals.
I don't want to tell you what to do.
Yep.
Just don't get heat stroke.
Yeah.
Don't hurt yourself, I think is what I'm trying to say.
You're telling them what to do at that point.
Just yeah. It would be cool if you didn't hurt yourself.
Right.
Or do if you want to. I don't know. I'm not your boss.
Yeah. Well, let me preface this question with an advertisement from our sponsor, Golf Lessons with John. This question is brought to you by Golf Lessons with John. He is a golf instructor. He crushes it. You gonna chug that whole thing? Let's go. Just as Lincoln's chugging this beer, He will help you chug your way into becoming an amazing golf instructor. He basically owns this golf course in Bowling Green, Ohio, where he gives golf lessons. He's been closing them on a daily, regular basis. He's crushing it. He is a wizard. He's a golf wizard. He'll show you how to hit the angles and chip the knocks and tee the balls and also holes and ones. So Golf Lessons with John on Facebook. Make sure to go and like his page. Like and subscribe. We'll look at all his videos. They're great. He has a pro golf is an app that he uses.
Golf Lessons with John on Facebook.
Yes. Okay. Oh. Here's the question. Is Timon married? Asking for a friend. You know who asked that?
No.
Yeah, me either. It was a blank. So
asking for a friend. No.
Yes. I'm married. Depends on who's asking.
Does it?
Yep. Everyone who is my friend, yes. If it's the government, I'm not married.
Factual.
Factual.
That was a good joke.
You weren't ready for that one.
That was solid.
So yeah, fun fact: I am married. I know my Facebook profile stats still says in a relationship, but I am married. So
is there a difference?
I don't know.
I think for some people there.
One's a permanent. One's a permanent one. I'll say happily married.
Some people are married but not in relationships.
That's true.
Like a lot of other Grace College graduates who are married but not in a relationship.
Ooh. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Do you think anyone's still listening?
I hope so.
At minute 42 and a half?
If you are...
Maybe.
Text us if you are.
Yeah. Yeah, do that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you know what? That reminds me of something I did want to bring up about a thing we talked about last week. So,
did John send us a question? I don't know if he did. He usually does, and I don't want to miss it.
Well, Ben Gifford responded to John's question. I don't think he did.
Oh, and your dad sent us something the other day.
Mm-hmm.
I'll pull that up.
Okay. Ben Gifford talked about, I don't know if I talked about this, but...
No, I don't think we did.
I don't know if I should say Ben Gifford. Our friend who will not be named sent us an answer to... oh my God.
What's happening?
Holy cow! I was trying to get this question out before I sneezed, but then it just came. You remember Welcome Weekend?
Usually how it goes.
I was asking about Welcome Weekend.
Yeah, Welcome Weekend.
Yeah, and he said, "What was your favorite Welcome Weekend story?" Well, Ben has.
Ben sent us some content about Welcome Weekend. Yeah,
he said he rode in my Ranger. I rode in my Ranger with Jamie, my friend. I rode in my Ranger with Jamie and my friend Richard.
Okay.
My brake line blew on 15. Stopped in Zimmer at Executive Parking Lot before it got fixed. Ended up missing the whole OCC thing. So we had to go get Jimmy John's and buy our own pizza. Showed up to the room and Bob had taken half of the 3-man room, leaving me and Josh to share the other half. We went to the lake at night, and on the way back, my high school teacher called me. This is sad. And the janitor from my high school, who Richard and I used to chill with around school and talk to, freaking killed himself. So overall, great Welcome Weekend. I remember staying up all night on Tuesdays, and then we did the hike on Zero Sleep and just about died. So
that was something. Let me unpack the meaning of this no sleep on Tuesday thing.
Yeah.
But before that, shout out to Richard. Richard is a cool bro. I've met Richard before.
Okay.
Richard was in Ben and Jocelyn's wedding.
Oh, cool.
Richard is really a homie. I think if Richard...
Did you go to Grace?
No, he didn't. I think if Richard, not even lived more locally, I don't know. I feel like Richard would definitely fit into our friend circle.
Yeah.
A lot. He's super cool. He has a kid. It's great.
Nice.
I think.
Shout out to Richard.
Anyways, so this whole didn't sleep before the hike. Ben and I were neighbors freshman year. We lived in the same hall freshman year, so the halls, the the halls at Grace were kind of like your frat a little bit.
Yeah.
There was a lot of like hall activities. You did a lot of things with your hall mates.
One side or the other side.
Yeah,
There's two sides to the hall, and you would not participate with the other side.
Yeah. So Ben and I lived on Beta 3 North, which sounds like a frat. But it was. And every Wednesday we had a lot of freshman orientation class content from 8 in the morning to about 12:40 in the afternoon. You would go to class until chapel, and you'd go to chapel, and then you would go back to class for a while till 12:40.
Okay.
And then you would go and try to get some lunch because the dining hall closed at 1.
Oh, yeah, that's annoying.
So it sucked. So to make matters worse, our whole hall decided, hey, let's just not sleep every Tuesday night. Let's stay up all night, do our freshman foundations homework, which was the name of this class, on Tuesday night. And all 12 of us, let's just not sleep every single Tuesday night. And so for 8 weeks, we didn't sleep any Tuesday nights all 8 weeks.
That's wild.
Before 5 hours of class.
Oh, my gosh.
We did sleep during chapel every Wednesday. that happened. So yeah, and one of these days was the hike. Like we mentioned, I think last week, the hike happened like 3 weeks into school, and it was I don't know what the hike was, but we made boats.
It's like bonding.
Yeah, I don't know. It was dumb.
Yeah,
it was really, really stupid.
Yep.
I had to like help as a student mentor one year. It was also stupid then.
Yeah, stupid both times.
Real dumb.
Yep.
But yeah, the hike lasts all day, and so we didn't sleep on a Tuesday night, and then did hike things all day. And then some of us had Wednesday night classes that night.
Oh man, that's
like
just
a 6 to 9 night class.
Yep.
And I was one of those people, and that was a painful day.
Mm-hmm.
That hurts. I was so dumb.
It's a full Wednesday. Yeah.
It was a full 36 hours of not sleeping.
Yeah, that's awful.
I don't know why I did that.
That's college for you.
It was dumb.
Yeah, why did you do college?
I should have not.
Ben also answered one of our questions for Monday.
Let's get there.
Can I get into that?
Let's go.
Okay. Ben says, for the podcast, I know it's cheating, but I met Shaq once. You can't not recognize him, so it isn't fair. Big as hell, boy. I also saw Tony Hawk at Disneyland when we were in college on spring break, and he was super recognizable even from far. My mom took a blurry picture. I was so pissed the rest of the trip.
So another story adjacent to Ben meeting Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
There were these activities that you would do as a dorm, and one of these things that we could or could not participate in was like this weird scavenger hunt sort of thing over spring break, I think.
Oh, okay.
And all of Beta did it, and there were these certain things that you could do to earn points, and the hall with the most points won.
We get a pizza party
or something. And one of those items was meet a famous person and get their picture.
Oh, nice.
And Ben just so happened to meet Tony Hawk at Universal over spring break.
Right.
That's when he met Tony Hawk. But the picture his mom took was so blurry that RRD didn't count it because he could not recognize that it was Tony Hawk.
That would piss me off.
That's how blurry this picture was.
Wow.
So yeah,
that
was yep.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Wow. Good stuff. And then Jay says he shook Brad Stevens' hand one time.
I don't know who that is.
Me either. So
probably a sports baller.
Or Bitcoiner.
Probably a sports baller.
Yeah.
Bitcoin didn't exist in 2011.
Well, he never said it was in 2000. He just said he shook Brad Stevens' hand once.
Oh, okay.
So I have no clue when that timeline was.
Yeah, probably a sports baller.
Yeah, who knows? Or a country music star, or a Christian contemporary music star, or a pastor, celebrity pastor.
Yeah, probably a pastor. I would definitely not know.
Brad Stevens. He's probably a YouTuber who likes to camp.
I think if he was a pastor, he would go by Bradley Stevens.
Oh, Bradley. Pastor Bradley.
That seems more white hipstery pastor guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was good. Well, thank you guys. Good content. I'm glad we could talk about that.
All right, so content from your dad. We briefly talked about...
We got 14 minutes before this is going to overheat again, probably. So,
what was the context for this?
I'm not sure I don't know what his question was.
Oh, so on Tuesday,
I
mentioned that I had
teeth.
Kept some teeth from some dead relatives, and sometimes I would put them in my mouth.
Yeah, you did say that. The Timon Liquor Show's back, man.
Okay. Yep.
What got us to that point? It was, I don't know what it was.
No idea.
Oh, yeah,
so your dad responds at Tuesday at 2 p.m. When I was about 8, my great-grandpa gave me a little cigar box full of gold trinkets. One of those trinkets was a tooth with a gold filling still in it. I think I still have it. I may still have it somewhere, not sure. And he also liked the movie National Treasure.
Oh, Dad, come on.
Yeah. Why would you throw away teeth with gold in them?
Yeah, I know.
Why would you throw away gold?
Gold's a precious metal.
I think it makes sense. I've definitely heard of other people
doing the same thing.
Keeping like gold fillings.
That's my dad's retirement fund. The gold teeth.
I think
From his grandpa.
I think your dad's cryptocurrency is a retirement fund.
Nice. I hope so.
I think so. It's my retirement fund.
That's all. Yeah.
I think that the $3 I've invested in cryptocurrency are gonna.
I've told my dad that I'm his retirement fund.
Yeah, that's
I would
a better retirement fund than I have.
Yeah, safe bet.
Safe bet. But yeah, the $3 that I've invested in Bitcoin, I think are gonna fund the entirety of my retirement in 50, 75 years.
Let's do it. Yeah, don't sell.
Never sell.
Never sell.
Never sell.
That's awesome. Should we roll Fat Future? Is that where we want to go to next?
Yep, it's time. This is Fatter Future.
It's time.
Brought to you by the Timon Podcast Network, this is Fatter Future. This week are smart flip phones. I'm not sure if you've seen them. I think I saw them last year and then just saw them pop up again. It's a regular looking smartphone that has a hinge in the center and closes like a flip phone. I did some research and Samsung is on the 3rd generation of these. So somebody has to be buying them, even though I've never seen one. Do you think that flip smartphones really could be a thing that becomes popular?
Alrighty.
Yes, flip smartphones. Oh, that's Jasmine.
That's
Joe. Not Jasmine.
Do you guys remember how bad flip phones actually were?
Back in the day, I remember I didn't have one, and everyone had one, and I just didn't feel that cool.
They were cool for like 2 years, and then smartphones, I guess they were cool for way longer.
Yeah.
But in my book, a little candy bar Nokia is still the coolest.
The chocolate?
The indestructible, Nokia, whatever phone.
What was the flip phones that were like chocolate?
I had a white chocolate.
The really thin ones?
I had an LG chocolate.
Dang.
Yeah.
The Razor. Razor was the flip phone that everyone had.
Razor was pretty cool.
That was the cool one.
Yep.
When I had...
Do you remember the Juke? It was like a sliding phone, but instead of sliding, it would go like that.
Wasn't that the chocolate?
No, the chocolate would slide open.
Oh, okay.
But the Juke was a little thin one. Instead of sliding, it would pivot open.
Gotcha.
Just like a flip phone, but sideways.
Yep. No, yeah. Good times.
When phones had some personality, now they're all the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I miss those days.
Oh, touchscreen.
I never had a Razor. Did you ever have a Razor?
I did not.
I heard they weren't that good. They were kind of like crappy phones. Actually.
They had I remember Razors were like the first real where you could like record a video, or you could have videos. You could watch videos on your phone. Before that, really nothing else had that. So they were like the next step into technology, kind of.
They were kind of. They were kind of the first iPhone.
They were a status symbol.
In the same way that an iPhone is a status symbol, and both pretty widespread. Like everyone who was someone who was cool or thought they were cool had a Razor.
Yes.
Like that was the phone to have for a season. Mm-hmm. Much like an iPhone kind of.
What was the flip one up where you could type on the keyboard? That was another one.
Sidekick.
Yeah, that was
a T-Mobile Sidekick.
That was after Razor.
That was like an early smartphone.
Yep.
A Sidekick had some social media capabilities.
And the next thing was the BlackBerry, which crushed everyone, and then iPhone dominated.
Yeah, I feel like the smartphone game happened pretty quick.
Yeah.
Like Blackberries weren't cool for that long.
Well, they were because Obama had one. You remember that? That was a big thing. 2008. And then in 2009, the iPhone came and dominated the market. And it cost you $100 in 2009 times.
Was it only $100 to get an iPhone?
No, a month.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say. I remember them being super slow. Yeah. Like even for the time, like Someone I knew had an iPhone 3G, whatever the first one was.
Yep.
And even like I watched them use it, and it looked just like an iPod Touch because it was an iPod Touch.
Right.
But you could call people and stuff, and it even ran slow then.
Yeah.
Like I remember him pulling up like websites, and you had to like wait for them to load and stuff.
But you had never been able to really pull things up on.
Correct. Yeah. It was
like,
it was definitely.
I mean, this is in the world of dial-up internet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't get my first smartphone until into college.
I didn't get my first smartphone until I was like a junior in college.
Really? Yeah, I think I was a sophomore.
It was.
I had a flip phone. I had a blue shell flip phone that was a track phone in college.
I've never had to text like T9 or
I text T9 all the time.
I've always had like a cell phone. I didn't have a cell phone until like my senior year of high school, basically.
Gotcha. Yeah. So you could do the.
And I didn't really text until then either, and so I had a slide open full keyboard sort of number.
I had one of those like my end of college.
Yeah, I had a couple of those, and then I got really disgusted with like buying a new phone every year because they didn't last more than a year.
Yeah, they were cheap.
Yeah, and so like the only good phone you get was like a smartphone, and so that's when I got an iPhone 4S, which was a great place to jump in because just a piece of machinery, an iPhone 4S, robust. Beautifully designed.
iPhone colors when everyone had a yellow or orange or an iPhone color. Was it 4?
I think it was a 5.
5C.
Yeah, I never was a big fan. The red ones were cool because they were pretty rare. Even like the iPod World, Apple did a collaboration with
Lil Nas X.
No, it was before him. It was the AIDS organization, the Africa AIDS Live.
Oh,
you remember like the red iPods and stuff?
Yeah.
Those are pretty cool because they were rare, but so flipping smartphones.
Yeah, the Razors. I've been onto those for a minute because
the flip style smartphones.
Yep. And actually, one of my favorite rappers, Kodak Black, has one of those right now.
They're not going to be a thing until Apple does one.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
I think they're legit. I think they're really cool. If you can do it really well, because they did it already with the notebook. You know what I'm saying? Like the Galaxy notebooks.
Yeah.
So it's that, but then it's just a smaller. I like the idea of a smaller phone that can flip out. I do like that idea. Do you think that's the future? I don't know. I don't know if phones are the future. I think we'll have like little chips that are holograms or something. Like that's the next innovation.
It's hard to say what the next innovation is because like
it's just it's in your brain. It's implanted in your brain, and you text with your mind. And while you're working, you're also browsing Twitter simultaneously, and CNN is in another corner telling you what to be outraged about.
Yeah. I think the foldable smartphones seem more like retro futuristic than actual futuristic.
Yeah.
Like if there was a vision of the future from 2005, it would be a flip phone that had a ton of like capabilities.
Yeah.
Like a flip phone sort of smartphone.
Yeah. Can cook dinner, all those things.
And so the first smartphone looked totally different than what everyone thought it was going to look like, which was like kind of the first iPhone.
Right.
It's like, oh, it's plain. It's nothing. It's not like this crazy contraption that.
Right.
And so are things going to move more in that trajectory? Is it going to look exactly like it looks now, but just have a ton like an iPhone you don't have to charge for a week?
Right.
Stuff like that. Is that more the future versus like thing? It opens? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Do people need a bigger screen than what an iPhone
Can I say this
has?
though? Are cell phones a fad? You know what I mean? I would say, we talked about axe throwing. Axe throwing has been around a lot longer than cell phones.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean, like
recreational axe throwing, not like.
Well, I mean,
not like
right.
Preserve your livelihood axe throwing.
Right. Taliban axe throwing. Exactly. Oh man. So yeah, I don't know.
I feel like at one point could you have debated if laptops or PCs, personal computers, were the future? Because less people own computers now than like 10 years ago, I bet. Like, you don't really need to own a computer anymore.
I think the price point of computers have gone down, and you got to think that the only ones that had computers probably were like European countries, and now that's been disseminated throughout the 7 billion
I'm talking about
population.
like just in like America. I know there are a lot of outliers in like third world countries, but in terms of like at one point like you kind of needed a computer, and now like I can do my taxes on my phone.
Yeah.
And so what's the thing that's after that?
But then you got me who has like 5 computers.
But you work from home, and like computers are like your recreation.
But a lot more people are working from home.
Yeah, much like how like I enjoy old cars. Like at some point, gaming computers are going to be the same as like a vintage car. I think.
Right.
Like
building it out.
Obviously, there's going to be a better version of it available. Probably not on
You
Flash.
can trick it out with the most horsepower or whatever.
Yeah. Like water cooled gaming PCs are probably going to be like outdated at some point, but people will still like using them because they're kind of cool.
It's a throwback to
they do things a certain way that you like, and so you keep using it.
Let's go back to flip phones. I don't think they are the future.
Flippable.
I think they're a fad, but they're cool. Just like they were a fad back in 2007, they're going to be a fad now, and then we'll because phones, just like we just talked about, are innovating at such a fast pace that I don't think that they're the future. I think it's just the next thing.
It's just like a laptop. What's the next thing after a laptop?
Right.
And it was a smartphone. What's the next thing after a smartphone? I don't know. I think it's going to be a new type of thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but I see what you're saying about that, but like there was phones at one point, and then cellular phones came the next thing, and they just innovated there. I think laptops are a little. They are because like I see what you're saying, but I don't know if I totally agree with that. I don't think the innovation past laptop is cell phone. I think they've just been kind of the same realm.
In a lot of ways, it is because like
for you.
Yeah, if you're using it
Can
as
you use Excel on your phone?
Yes.
For
Can you not use Google Sheets?
Not well.
Oh,
Not well.
I bet.
No.
I wonder what Excel for iPhone looks like. I've never looked.
You can't game on your phone. I mean, you can play Clash of Clans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like it's like.
But for now,
yeah.
For now, like
I mean, our cell phones have the ability, the more computing power than when they sent someone to the moon. So you're right. Yeah, they have innovated.
Is processing gonna look different in 5 years? Like, are you gonna need that hardware, or is the software just gonna be so much better?
Inside you.
Maybe. I don't know.
That's the future.
It's hard to imagine that more is the future when we've gotten less and less and less simple, in the past. Simple, quicker, Yeah. And so
but to go back to the original question, flip phones.
A flippable iPhone seems like a weird gimmick.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree. I don't want one.
Just for the nostalgia factor, and that's why it's a fad.
Apple might make one, and if they make one, it'll be good. But who cares about anything that's not an Apple product? Yeah. Like 4% of people, probably like 40%. But I don't know.
Nostalgia factor. I want to go back to that like old candy bar, Nokia, and brick.
It will call and it will text barely, and that's it.
Yeah. And it won't track me everywhere I go, or read my thoughts.
Yeah.
Or know what I'm thinking about. It's
pretty cool to get a suggestion on an ad of something you didn't know you wanted until you saw it, and then you really wanted it. That's pretty solid sometimes.
So, there was a YouTube video that popped up.
Can I throw something out there real quick? Because
yep.
I'm in the market for an Instapot. I think I want to buy a pressure cooker / Instapot. I would really like to know the pros and cons of certain pressure cookers / Instapots. But I want to do zero work. So if I could just get a curated ad to show me a bunch of different like pressure cookers / Instapots, that would be really sick. Okay, nice. I'm gonna put my phone back over here.
Thank you, Father Google.
Thank you,
Daddy Google.
Jeffy Bezos.
Jeffy Bezos, or who's the? Yeah,
no one knows.
Anyways, guys, we've come to the end of our time. My GoPro's getting hot. Lincoln's hot. I'm hot. It's been another good Tim and Lincoln show, and we're bringing you the freshest content. So you better like that button, subscribe, follow us on social media, and send us some questions so we have content to talk about next week. And have a wonderful weekend. We'll catch you guys on the next Tim and Lincoln show. Peace.
Bye. Also, I would love to buy an We're done. Okay. Bye.